All right, we are back. Another episode of, you guessed it, the I Love Annuities podcast. This is Jeremiah Conger, along with Zachary Van Ness, and we are boom, 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 the Annuity Dudes. And we're excited to bring a new episode to you with some really relevant content around the markets and all of the volatility that we've been experiencing. And right now, there's a lot of people that are having regret and concerns about their retirement portfolio due to how much maybe unnecessary risk they had inside that portfolio. And now some unexpected market turmoil has occurred, and we're starting to have some regret about maybe we should have pulled back or not been as aggressive in the markets. And it's been unreal. Just in the last few weeks, significant amounts of savings and retirement accounts have been wiped out from the U.S. stock market. Just a poll the other day, I think it was 2 days ago, stated that approximately 4 trillion with a T, $4 trillion has been lost in these recent volatile events in the stock market. So with that being said, I think this is an appropriate episode to help people understand that there are better ways to safely grow your money. There are better ways to give you peace of mind, to ultimately still earn fair rates of return, but do so without taking unnecessary risk. And in this episode, we're going to be discussing previous black swan events and different periods in time where the markets have done what they tend to do, and that is go down. I know that it's very easy to get caught up in recency bias when, the markets have been up for the last, 12, 13 years now. But what goes up must come down. And as everyone knows, markets are cyclical. So they look like a tide chart. They ebb and flow up and down according to different events in the world. So with that being said, later on in this episode, we're going to be discussing vehicles that you can consider to help you get fair rates of return without taking unnecessary risk. And we're actually going to give you an example of and show you a real life chart of what this product can do for you and what it would have done for you if you owned it in the past. So, Zach, how's it going out there, man?
Doing good, man. It's funny. Well, not funny, but interesting. I'm starting to see more of that concern in the clients that we're meeting with in the past week. And a lot of that fear is setting in and how this is affecting somebody who's looking to retire, whether it's short term or in the next 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with this, when these events happen and we see this significant turbulence and a downward downward momentum, I think it's important to know that when these crashes or when these corrections or whatever you want to call them happen, that it does take time to rebound. It takes time to get that money back. What I will tell you, though, is that never should anybody be making decisions, reactive decisions, on what to do with their retirement account. We want to be proactive. We want to make sure that we're taking a proactive approach. And in order to do that, it all comes down to the proper planning. We need to understand the appropriate way to build a strategic and tactical retirement plan that can address your income. It can address your growth and make sure that those risk elements are aligned with your risk tolerance. And then we need to address longevity and long-term care and legacy. So these shocks in the market, when we start to see these big downward trends, it makes people reevaluate where they are. And sometimes people make even worse decisions because they do it out of fear, or they do it out of regret, or they do it out of greed. And sometimes those major emotions behind these decisions can be impactful in a negative way. Sometimes they can be impactful in a positive way. But what I would urge everybody to do is to pause, to reevaluate and think long and hard about what you're doing, and not make any rash decisions. I have somebody I'm working with who's been a client of mine for many years, and he was just about to put some more annuities in place for him and his wife. In this case, they were looking at some more income and then some long-term care benefits down the road. And during the time that we've been talking about putting these additional plans in place, that market drop happened. And we put some applications in, but just the other day, because of how far the market dropped, he said, "Look, I gotta pause this right now because I've lost so much in my 401k that I want to try to rebound before we put this transfer in place over to the annuities." And I totally understand. I get that, and I think that makes sense in a way.